Next is from Distorted Noise. The subject is changes in NXT. Greetings, K100. Is NXT transforming their recruiting strategy and training pipeline one of the best low-key business decisions made in the wrestling within recent years? NXT went from signing every indie wrestler under the sun to mostly recruiting collegiate-level athletes to build up from scratch. They've also focused on shaping a more serious and competitive women's division with giving the women equal time and quality feuds. Under HBK's reign, there's been much more emphasis on character building and storylines. While it's easy to sing HBK's booking creative praises today, it wasn't smooth sailing in the beginning. NXT 2.0 was initially mocked upon its debut, and deservedly so due to the overwhelming amount of green talent who were literally who's. Despite the vocal online criticism, NXT stuck with it and were able to transition these fresh athletic recruits into wrestlers, and more importantly, mold them into clear, definable characters people can rally behind or against. Most obvious examples being Tiffany Stratton and Braun Breaker, who now featured on the main roster. On NXT's roster, you have lesser known examples that show great potential. Joe, look, I want you to copy paste this and stick it in to see if this was copy pasted from AI or something. Okay, because this thing sounds like it doesn't sound like this guy wrote this. This sounds like something that's been copy and pasted. On NXT roster, you have lesser known examples that show great potential. Trick Williams is a charismatic NXT champion that the audience loves, and she has whooped that trick during his entrance and promos. Tony D'Angelo is a mob boss and have Italian family stable. It's constantly implied that he has hidden pulling connections to being a mob boss in promos and vignettes, which I like. Jada Parker's a no-nonsense in the streets and a verbal spitfire on the mic, and probably the best talker in the women's division. Obafemi is a powerhouse hoss who emanates Black Panther tribal warfare vibes and destroys everything in his way. His Nigerian accent also really ties in well with coming across like a menace who will murder his next opponent. I could keep going with more examples, but I respect your time. Boy, do you? Here's two more paragraphs. While shaping homegrown talent seems to be the current new focus, they still occasionally sign wrestlers from other companies in the indies from time to time. As it does that they are much pickier and more selective with their acquisitions, Julia from Stardom, Stephanie Vaca from CMLL, than they were in the past when they seemed to fixate on hoarding any indie talent they could. The point I'm trying to make is NXT's strategy shift is already paying off huge dividends. While many in the IWC will bemoan that the in-ring wrestling will never be NXT Black and Gold level again, but who cares? Those nerds are going to watch and complain regardless. NXT has shifted prioritizing character building and storytelling. Feuds, swerves, and payoffs matter again. There's genuine intrigue with character arcs and cliffhangers that make you want to tune in. Even when NXT changed from USA Network to CW, they've maintained steady ratings despite many critics, including Meltzer, who didn't think they would hold. Just want to hear your thoughts on all this because the business shift and investment seems to have gone under the radar of most wrestling podcasters. I also attached a poorly aged quote from Britt Baker related to this that inspired me to send this email. Thanks. So I guess this is written by this guy. Britt Baker's quote. Britt Baker criticizes WWE's developmental system. I don't think putting a bunch of models and athletes up the street in a warehouse and teach them all to do the same thing the same way at the same time is going to create a successful roster. People learn differently and they have different strengths and weaknesses, and sometimes you have to find out what those are on your own. All right, I'm
Then
going
why
to
did they beat you in the ratings?
yeah, exactly, and I'm going to praise the NXT model because I've said this repeatedly. What draws in professional wrestling and draws the casual fan, which is a fan that watches it when the content is good, okay, and as opposed to when the storytelling is not. Bro, those fans don't care how good the wrestling is. All you have to be in professional wrestling is a serviceable professional wrestler. You don't have to be great. You just have to not suck. I would say probably like in the past, however many years it's been, the only wrestler that didn't make it because the work was subpar enough that was not good enough for TV that they tried was almost. That's still like you said.
You
He's
know, I
a,
read the other day
so
he was at a fan fest or something for WWE. He's still with the company.
he's still with the company. Like, bro, his
Brutal.
well, I'm just saying, look at how big he is, everything, but his work is just not like he's a guy, like the only guy in that system that's like you can't really put on TV because his work is just like not up to the standards. And the standards there are, I wouldn't say they're low, but there's a standard of work that's like, bro, you don't have to be like the five-star match guy. If you could cut vignettes in the back and do episodic storytelling and do the vignettes in the promos,
Yeah, he
and
couldn't
you're
cut promos.
right, and you're a serviceable wrestler, you can perform on their TV. And Britt Baker is actually trying to minimize that concept,
Right.
you
And
know. And I'm
then
like,
you look even worse when they beat you in the ratings or
right,
their
you
third
know,
tier promotion. But let me
right,
just say this. I listened intently while you were reading. I thought this would never end. This guy
right.
didn't listen to keep the letter short.
Let's
But
just let's suspend him for
Okay,
Next
yeah,
time.
let's suspend them for that.
Yeah, we haven't
But
no suspensions yet, so.
I will agree with absolutely everything he said in this. Okay.
Mhm.
But I will say it's not really fair to compare the black and gold because you had a lot more experienced wrestlers that were in the black and gold. Kyle O'Reilly, Rod Strong, Andrade,
Guys have been
and
around for
these
10 years.
right now you'll have a guy like an Ethan Page or Sean Spears, but that's the minority.
Right,
But they've done an excellent job in NXT.
right. Teach them how teach them how to be television professional wrestlers, which means you
Yeah,
got to be
they
able to
do
do
that. They definitely
vignettes,
do that.
vignettes and angles and promos.
Yeah,
Period. That's what
they
you need
do
to be
that.
good at. Right.
Yeah.
Next is the
With Omos in a recent interview, MVP opined on why he's not seen that often. He says it's intentional that Triple H doesn't want him every week on the show to get exposed, so he uses him as a
Every week.
Right.
He hasn't been on in months,
Hasn't been
That's
on
the
maybe a
the
thing.
Battle
year.
Royal
He
yet.
can't. He can't be on every week. That's what he's saying. He's just
No.
not good to
Oh,
be on
okay.
every
But
week.
it's been 7.
Yeah, but I'd have him do a monster match against like Braun Strowman or somebody like that.
But that's what they do. They bring him in for
Yeah.
2 to 3 weeks to build it up. They have one monster match that he's on TV. It's like his spot. You know?
Remember
So,
Monster Mash from Lucha
right.
Underground?
Right. Monster Stash.
Yeah. You mispronounced it. I
What was
never
his-
corrected you,
what was
and
his
you kept
actual name?
saying it.
Monster Stash. I used to call him. What was his
Yeah.
actual name? Montalban or something like that. I just called him Monster Stash. Our boy Jeff Cobb.
I forgot.
You know what's funny too is that Jeff Cobb turned out to be the next door neighbor growing up. The guy I worked with at Sapphire in the back at our club.
Super cool guy.
Yeah, right.
Matanza?
Yeah, Monster
Yeah,
Matanza.
Matanza.
I
Yeah.
used to call him
Monster Mash.
Monster Stash.
Yeah, that was great.
MikeDurbin.com. You can get the WCW-esque Conan in that K-Dog Wolfpack style. Man, this Conan might be Bendy of the Year right now.
I told you. Yo. Let me speak on this. Mike Durbin Productions exclusive. The Conan, I was the most impressed with Conan, man. It's like undercover Bendy of the Year. It's a really nice figure. The do-rag is freaking awesome in person. I love the exclusive with the WCW packaging. I love this one with the camo. It's really nice.
And I will say a figurine expert who went to TJ on Friday, Matt Cardona, put it over as being a good figurine as far as figurines go.
Yo, hold on, let me speak on this. Exclusive Mike Durbin Productions, K-Dog. Look at that. Listen to K-Dog, keeping it 100. Logo on the back, MikeDurbin.com. Get it right now. Low key might be Bendy of the Year. Go get it.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.